Hey YouTube, this is Primetime Pokemon, and today I'm going to review and give away the Furious Knights Noble Victories theme deck. This is a electric and metal type theme deck. And the way to win this deck, you have to do the following things. You need to follow me on my blog. You go there and click on Join Site, and once you enter your username, just enter that into the comment section of this video. Before you can do that, you have to like and favorite this video as well. And for more information on how to exactly win this giveaway, check the video description of the video in the underbar. And what I'm going to basically do is use a random number generator to select a winner a few weeks from now. But like I said, you only can enter once, so good luck to everyone. So now, on to the review. This is the Furious Knights, and the main card in this deck is Escavalier, and I'll read the description on the back. It says, Furious Knights, send in the cavalry with the Furious Knights theme deck. Quick hitters like Emolga give you time to marshal your forces, and the slow and sturdy Escavalier can dish out the damage while protecting itself. Plus, Draudigon's rough skin ability will make your opponent think twice about attacking in a furious battle. Victory could be yours. And the winner of this theme deck will receive the 60 Pokemon card deck, the metallic coin, the checklist, the damage counters, the deck box, the 2-player mat and rule sheet, and then the 1 code card. And the reason this deck was already open is I had to open it all up to organize the cards so they'd be in order when I showed them. So like I said, the winner will get everything inside here, including the code card, but we have the damage counters, the playing mat, the card list, and then here's the code card, the coin, and then Escavalier, the promo card. There's actually just a regular rare form of this card in the deck. So I'll show you that to you now. So this deck is mainly electric and metal type. There's like 1 grass Pokemon in here. So the first thing we have in here is 3 Durant. It's a metal type Pokemon card. Basic, 70 HP. 2 moves, Devour and Vice Grip. Vice Grip's definitely the better move, and it can actually do some damage. So overall, this is a pretty average base starter card. 3 of these in the deck. Here's the Carablast. There's 4 of these in the deck. There's a 4 Carablast and then 2 Escavalier. Carablast is a grass type Pokemon, but both of its moves only require colorless energy cards, so you can use both electric and metal type energy cards. You preferably want to use metal type because that's what Escavalier uses mostly. So Carablast, 60 HP. 2 moves, Mysterious Evolution, and then Mysterious Evolution depends on if you have Shelmet in play. So if you don't have Shelmet in this deck, which Shelmet isn't in this deck, this first move really won't do anything. So the move you want to use is Fury Attack. For 2 colorless energy cards, you flip 3 coins, and this attack does 10 damage times the number of heads you get. So this move isn't exactly too great, so I prefer to keep Carablast on my bench and then evolve it into Escavalier on the bench, and then move Escavalier into the active Pokemon spot once your Pokemon retreated or gets knocked out. So like I said, a 4-2 line of Escavalier. So there's 2 Escavalier. Escavalier, stage 1, metal type, 90 HP, so it's average there. 2 moves, the Guard Press and Twin Needle. In the description on the back of the box, it says that Escavalier can dish out the damage while protecting itself. So Guard Press does 40 damage, and during your opponent's next turn after using Guard Press, all of their attacks is reduced by 20. And then Twin Needle does 70 damage times the number of heads you get when you flip 2 coins. So it could possibly do 140 damage or 0 damage. It's just a risk you take. I'd probably stick with Guard Press unless you're really going for big knockout, then you could do Twin Needle. So that's it for the metal type Pokemon cards, I believe. It's just basically Escavalier. Then Tynamo, we have 3-2-1 of Tynamo, Electric, and Electros. Tynamo, HP is 30 for a basic type Pokemon and does 10 damage. It's a decent starter card. I definitely want to leave it out there for too long or put it out there later in play without having it evolved. So there are 3 Tynamo, and then there are 2 Electric. Stage 1, 90 HP, so right around average. Dynamotor is the ability. It just says once during your turn you may attach 1 electric energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. And then Electric Ball, 50 damage for 3 energy cards. It's a little below average. So if Electros isn't too great here, I'd actually consider taking this whole line of Pokemon out of the deck. Here's Electros, Stage 2, 140 HP, Electric type. 2 moves, Acid, which does 30 damage for 2 colorless energy cards, and then the defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn, and then Wild Charge does 90 damage for 3 energy cards, and does 10 damage to itself. So this move's definitely worth it. You can knock out almost any Pokemon in 2 moves, and with 140 HP, you should actually be able to do Wild Charge a couple of times. It just matters if you want to take the time to get Electros into the game, you know, evolve it up on your bench and put it into the game. That way, it won't have a lot of damage already on it when you first start attacking. Then you can do Wild Charge more than once. Probably knock out a couple of Pokemon along the way. Next is a 2-1-9 of Blitzle and Zebstrika. Blitzle is a basic, Electric again. HP is 60, just 1 move, Agility, does 10 damage. And it says to flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. So this is actually a great starter card to use. Good HP, and you can always do damage as soon as you attach an energy card. Plus, you can prevent your opponent from attacking or doing any damage at all if you get a heads. So you have a 50-50 chance on actually not even being attacked the next turn. So it's a very good card to have. And then Zebstrika, Stage 1, 90 HP. It is a rare for those collectors out there, a rare card. Quick Attack and Shock Bolt. Quick Attack does 10 damage plus 20 more damage if you get a heads when you flip a coin. And then Shock Bolt does 90 damage for 3 energy cards, so pretty good move again. It's quite similar to Electros. And then it says to flip a coin. If tails, discard all electric energy. So it's definitely not as good as Electros because you have to discard all instead of just doing 10 damage to Zebstrika. You actually have to discard all electric energy, and more than likely you're going to have all 3 of those be electric. So next is 2 Emolga, 70 HP basic, does 10 damage plus 20 more damage if you have any electric Pokemon on your bench. So this card would be an okay starter card because it is high in HP and can do damage with only 1 energy card, but you're going to want to definitely actually, this is a good starter card now that I think about it. You can set your bench up with all electric Pokemon and then possibly do quite a bit more damage every turn. So this is a great starter card. I definitely want to get this one out there right away. Might even consider putting 3 or 4 Emolga in here instead of just the 2. Next card, Stunfisk. There's just 2 Stunfisks in the deck. 90 HP for a basic electric type Pokemon. Has 2 moves. Mudshot does 20 damage, and then Thunder does 60 damage. And it says to flip a coin. If tails, this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. So here's something I'd probably take out. I'd take out these 2 cards and possibly put in 2 more Emolga because they're that good. Now we have some colorless Pokemon. We have 2 Audinoes, 90 HP. Do the Wave is its move, takes 2 energy cards, does 10 damage times the number of your bench Pokemon. So you definitely want to have a full bench when you put this Pokemon card into play. So this is actually quite similar to Emolga in that it can do quite a bit of damage if you have your bench set up the right way. After Audino, we have 1 Druddigon, another rare card, and you want to take special note of its ability called Rough Skin. It says, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an opponent's attack, Even if this Pokemon is knocked out, put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So anytime an opponent attacks Druddigon, you can put 2 damage counters on it. And then Clutch, 3 energy cards, 60 damage. Plus, the defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. So Rough Skin's quite important, especially if you can spread around damage. That extra 20 damage to a Pokemon for attacking Druddigon actually might prevent that Pokemon from attacking, because it might get knocked out with 20 more HP, 20 more damage on it. And then there is a 2-2 line of Axew and Fracture. And those are the last 2 Pokemon in the deck. So Axew, colorless, 60 HP, 10 damage times the number of heads you get when you flip 2 coins. So quite average starter card. And then Fracture, stage 1, colorless, 90 HP, Scratch does 20, Dual Chop does 30 times the number of heads you get when you flip 2 coins. So this is an average card for a stage 1 card. On to the trainers. There's Energy Search. There's 2 of these in the deck. Just says to search your deck for a basic energy card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Switch. There are 2 switches. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, so this would be useful for Pokemon with really high retreat costs. 2 Bianca. Just draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand, so if you're using a lot of energy cards or evolving a lot of Pokemon every turn, that type of thing, or using a lot of trainers, this can greatly help your hand. It is a supporter card, so you only can use 1 supporter card each turn. Great Ball, there's 2 of these, and it says, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Good way to evolve Pokemon, or get a basic Pokemon out on your bench so you don't lose the game without one out there. And there's 1 of these. Each player shuffles his or her hand into her deck. Then each player draws a card for each of his or her remaining prize cards. So you'd want to use this card especially if you're losing, sort of a comeback card. Pokemon Communication, there's 2. It says to reveal Pokemon in your hand and put it on top of your deck. If you do, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So basically this is just an exchanger card. Exchanging 1 Pokemon for another. Super Rod, there's 2. Shuffle 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile. Back into your deck. So if you discarded a lot of energy cards, you can get more energy cards back in your deck and then have a higher probability of drawing those energy cards from your deck. And that concludes basically all the trainers and Pokemon. And then there are 12 lightning or electric energy cards and 6 metal energy cards. So overall, this is a pretty average deck, I would say. There's definitely better ones out there, but if you're interested in electric or metal type energy or Pokemon, this is a good deck to pick up. And what I would suggest is just 1 by 1 take some certain cards out and replace them with other cards, and then after a while you have your own customized deck that's actually pretty good. So thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you read the description on how to win this deck. Good luck to everyone, and thanks for watching. Thank you.